now. We are very excited. Why? Because one of our favorite on-screen actresses in Aanbieders has returned to Pasella, yes, but she's also returned to the couch in person. Put your hands together for Amalia Uys!
Is that the welcome you wanted?
Well, now I'm awake.
Now you're awake. Come on.
You guys are all such morning people. What's wrong with you?
It's a job. No, it's more than a job. It's a joy because, and especially when it comes to Pasella, because we've kind of all grown up together in a weird way. We've walked a parallel path. We're part of the same kind of brother sisterhood, if you will. And I think a lot of people, certainly within your market, your clique, and I know you've got a very passionate following. We're so excited to see you return to Pasella, and this is quite a romantic time for Pasella, eh? Yeah. Like an evocative time, because we're looking back, we're looking forward, but there's something about this program that really taps into not just Afrikaans culture, but South Africa. How cool is it being back on the screen with the Pasella family?
It's amazing. Like, my journey with Pasella only started in 2018. Before that, I've only been a guest on it. So, which is strange because it feels like you've been having a relationship with the show and with the people in it, you know, for a much longer time. So I've met some of the directors before. I started actually working with them. I've met some of the presenters. Some of them are my friends. So I feel like I've been a part of the family for a long time, and it was really amazing. Like you say, romantic, but also nostalgic. A lot of looking back, a lot of reminiscing, and it's just a very, very special time. Yeah, but also sad, bittersweet.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Looking back as well, obviously coming from an acting space, you're always having to portray a character. Now, obviously being a presenter, it's all you. It's all about your charm, your personality. How do you find the balance between the two? And maybe which one do you prefer?
How do you find looking into camera? Is that something that challenges you?
Initially it was daunting, but luckily I've had some experience before I started, you know, professionally presenting. I had some experience with like what they called little online mobisodes. It was like promotional work for a production that I worked on, which was an amazing way to get, you know, comfortable and intimate with the camera and looking into it. So by the time that I started working on Pasella as a presenter, it felt quite natural. Yeah, I love the format, and I think by nature I am a bubbly, energetic person, not necessarily in the morning, but
you're doing okay. You're doing all right.
But yeah, and I think that's a side of me that gets to, you know, really I can really immerse myself in that side of my personality, because with acting, you know, you have such a large variety of roles that you portray, and a lot of them, the more mature you get as an actor, you know, they tend to get more serious. So this year I've done some really serious roles, some really like gritty, gut-wrenching roles, and it was just amazing to go. I can just be bubbly Amalia again.
Be professionally yourself.
Yes.
That's really cool, and do it in the coolest kind of space. You get to do amazing things, and I think that's something that we certainly share. You get to meet amazing people, not necessarily all the famous people, but it's those unsung heroes doing amazing things within their communities.
Totally.
Looking back over the time that Pasella's been on air, which is staggering how popular it's been, for how long it's been, this has kind of led to the tribute series that will be coming up next season as a swan song, if you will. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So basically, we shot two seasons back to back. The first 13 episodes were based on the format that we had in 2018, 2019, where it's basically the best of three things, which is a tribute to those unsung heroes. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because I always feel like, why do people in the entertainment industry become the legends, you know, and get the covers and get the, you know, the coverage? Where we have so many heroes and so many amazing people doing such inspirational work out there, from doctors to, you know, people who have small, you know, businesses.
Artisanal,
you know,
sure.
Exactly. So it just gives, it's just a celebration of South Africa and South Africans. And then the last season will be the the tribute to the old presenters, like not old presenters, don't shoot me. But you know,
Joanne just
Joanne is like, what?
What did you just say?
we live in the same neighborhood. She's gonna find me and hunt me down. No, so basically all the presenters across, you know, from the start to up until now, joining the show and basically just doing a profile on them and showing where they are at now in their lives and how they've grown since we last saw them on Pasella, which is very exciting.
I'm already getting the tissues ready because I can
Yeah,
feel it's going to be an emotional
nostalgic,
show.
man.
I hate to ask this because I feel like this year showed us flames, but where to next? Because I can obviously still see the passion for the space that you're in. Where to next for you? Is it going to be TV? Is it going to be back to acting? Tell us about that.
What projects are on the go?
Yeah, so I'm predominantly an actress, and the presenting is, like I say, something. It's more of a. It's just a beautiful space for me where I can just like.
Your breathing room.
Yeah, and I would really, really love to continue doing that. I think Pasella leaves very, very big shoes. And I really hope that there's a production, you know, or you know, a very inventive person who can take that void and make something new, because the demand is going to be there. I mean, it's been such a really, really enriching part of South African television for such a long time. So I really hope it gets grabbed up and. Yeah, and then on the acting side, things are really going well. I mean, and I'm saying it's bittersweet because the industry, because of COVID, is in a difficult spot at the moment. We have we have a lot of there's some weighty questions, you know, like when are we getting paid royalties? When are rates going to be better? You know, there's content being generated, you know, constantly at the drop of the hat, but in terms of like where we are and COVID and what that means is, you know, there's people struggling out there. So so it's a bit of a conundrum, but my own personal journey, and I think it's you know, you get the individual journey and then you get the collective journey, and my individual journey has been amazing, and I can only be grateful for it. And I think it's been the hard work, you know, like staying in there, the grind, the mental
paying your
battle.
dues, girl. Paying your dues.
Oh, because it is a battle.
It's so cool having you join us this morning. I didn't get time to ask you if Paul Rothman really is as beautiful as that. No, I know he is. And
He's not as beautiful as my husband. Sorry, Paul.
Whatever, I don't believe you. No one is that beautiful, man. Come on. But we love being able to spend time with you and the rest of the Pasella family. And I do stress the word family because we've walked such a long path with you. A massive, massive thank you to Amalia for taking the time to join us in studio this morning, live and in person. And make sure that you catch Pasella every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC2.